Namo Buddhassa. Pranami Bhante. Welcome everyone to our weekly session on learning and practice of Visuddhimagga. We have been learning Rūpassa and today is lecture number 115 and we'll continue to learn on the same topic of Rūpassa, the section of materiality. And Bhante is going meticulously one by one on all the details of explaining materiality. So I request Bhante with my folded hands on behalf of all the participants, Bhante, having compassion on us, give us this Dhamma desanā.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. May Triple Wisdom bless you all. This is Visuddhimagga. Now, this is the Rūpassa, the description of the materiality aggregate. In the Rūpassa, we finish up to heart materiality. And then we just, if you learn up to heart materiality, that means all the concrete materiality you finish. Studying of all the concrete materiality, but keep an eye regularly to this lecture. This lecture means all the Rūpassa, the description of the materiality aggregate. You need to go again and again and get into the mind, but everything you can see when you practice. Before that, you need to attain jhana as a samathayanika vipassaka or the jhana jhana insight meditator, or if you wanna practice this meditation as a Suddha Vipassaka or the pure insight meditator, you need to practice 4 element meditation and get the light of 4 element meditation access, and then do this discernment of the materiality aggregate discernment. So this is the way, and now we again want to study the another, here 4 elements, and then again you have concrete materiality. Concrete materiality altogether 18 kind of 1/8, and then you have another 10 kind of materiality. That is what's called unconcrete materiality. Okay, if the materiality chart, if you have, you can see. And now you're gonna learn this unconcrete materiality. Okay, and so you can see the chart, and you can see in the second box, third box, you can see unconcrete materiality, 10 kinds of unconcrete materiality. So those are also again arranged by the Buddha in this way. The first one is ākāsadhātu, or the space element, or we can say that delimitate the materiality. Each rūpakalapa, round rūpakalapa, in between the round rūpakalapa, you can see the space element, or the that is the ākāsadhātu, or the space element, or paricheda rūpa. Paricheda means delimitation. Or the delimitation materiality. So there is the first one, and then you have expression, 2 kinds of expression, or bodily expression also, bodily expression and the verbal expression. So expression also a good word, and then sometimes we can say indication, bodily indication, or some according to some ideas, here bodily intimation also a little bit correct. So, but bodily expression and the verbal expression is a good word, or indication. Bodily indication, verbal indication. So these are two kinds of expression materiality. And you have again you have correct. Again, another kind of materiality. If you see the second, if you go to the right side, you can see again lightness of the materiality, and then flexibility of the materiality, and then you have wieldiness of the materiality. I want to say bodily expression. Before that, bodily expression means kāyaviññatti, and the verbal expression is the vacīviññatti according to the Pali. And now rūpassa lahutā, the other one is Anipphanna-rūpa. That is what is called Anipphanna-rūpa. Rūpassa lahutā. Lakhana mean the these are the materiality. Rūpassa lahutā mean lightness of the materiality, and rūpassa mudutā, flexibility of the materiality, or malleability of the materiality, and then rūpassa kammaññatā. Rūpassa kammaññatā mean wieldiness of the materiality. Okay, these three, and then you have another four kinds of materiality. So it is what is called there are four kinds of materiality. So you can see upacayo, santati, jarata, aniccatta. Upacayo, santati, jarata, aniccatta. Upacayo means you can say that is the growth of materiality, or initial growth of materiality, or initial arising of materiality, what is called jarata, genesis. So therefore, generation, initial arising of materiality. And then you have jarat, that is the upacayo. Then santati means the continuity. After the upacayo, you have after the generation, you have continuity up to death. And then you have aging, jarata, aging materiality. And then aniccatta, impermanence. Let's see what are those kind of 10 materiality. And so according to the Visuddhimagga. Yeah, then again, let's move to the Visuddhimagga. Number 441, you can see. Now we are learning about the Lakhana, Rasa, Paccupatthana, and Padatthana. Paccupatthana and Padatthana. What are the Lakhana mean the characteristic, Rasa mean the function of the materiality, and then manifestation of the materiality, and the proximate cause of each materiality. So 10 kinds of materiality you can study. You can see Vikkamadi Avastaka Itta Samuthana Vayoda Sahaja Rupakaya Andharana Dharmasta Pakyo Akara Vikaro kāyaviññatti. That is the characteristic long sentence characteristic. Here you need to understand the kāyaviññatti means bodily expression. Or bodily intimation or bodily indication also. So see, ākara vikaro kāyaviññatti. Ākara means, somebody's mode is the ākara. And vikara means alteration. Alteration is the vikara. So therefore this kāyaviññatti means, what is this kāyaviññatti? Kāyaviññatti actually, I explained this kāyaviññatti in Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Bodily expression. Each one has kāyaviññatti in their materiality. So what is this kāyaviññatti? Kāyaviññatti does the expression. What you do, that expression recognized by the others, or that expression perceived by the others. So therefore, whatever your action, they can understand. So that just by this kāyaviññatti, or the bodily expression. So therefore, you have akara, the usual mode, and then vikara. Usually then akara means, sometimes akara is, four postures, akara, usual thing. And the another kind of mean with except for posture, another, they are going forward and coming back, and again day to day any kind of duties. So that is what's called, therefore it is what is called abhikkamādi pavattaka. Abhikkama means, what is the abhikkama? That is the going forward, moving forward. That is abhikkama. Patikkama means coming back, like that. So those are also, I explained in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, going to the Samanya Phala Sutta Atthakatha. Sati Sampajanya Katha. There you have Sati Sampajanya Katha. We took many weeks to explain that this Sampajana pub or Sampajana section. Sampajana means keeping your wisdom towards your bodily action. That is a Sampajana. So okay, let's see then. Akara means mode, and the vikara is the alteration. So therefore this kāyaviññatti has the characteristic of mode and the alteration, and that is caused that caused by abhikkamādi pavattaka chitta samuttana vayo dhatuya. How you can do this thing? In you need to see this from the meditation while you are practicing. You need to see how, for example, let's talk about you are going forward, and then the others understands that you are going forward. So what is the explanation according to the Buddha's teaching? Now you need to have a thought that I want to go forward. Like that thought arises in your mind, based on the heart base. So then that mind arises, and then you need to go forward, and then many thousand of minds, same mind arise. So then all series of mind produce mind-born materiality. But in there you have mind-mental process. Then mind-mental process. You know what is the mind-mental process? The first of all, your bhavanga or the life continuity cease or arrest, and then manodvara vajana arises in your heart base. Manodvara vajana means mind adverting consciousness, taking the object. What is the object? Now you want to go forwards, and then your seven javana or the impulsion mindsets or the mind movement arise one by one up to the seventh. And then two kinds of tadaraman or the registration mind movement. And then your chittaviti or the mind or mental process finish. And this kind of mind or mental process, at that time, while you're going forward, uncountable this kind of mind movement mental process arise. So now your javana or the what called impulsion mind movement. Impulsion mind movement produce many chittaja rūpa or the mind born materiality. Those mind born materiality, but the quality wise they are vāyodhātu or the air element um, in excess. Element in excess. So this kind of element in excess, mind-born materiality produce the kāyaviññatti. Now, kāyaviññatti means it moves. Then the all the materiality moves towards the lower legs. Legs mean to the lower limbs. At that time, your this mind-born materiality, those are in excess of bio element or the wind element, and then wind element, that wind element produce kāyaviññatti, and because of that reason, you go forward, So that thing understand by the others. So this is the kāyaviññatti does. So therefore, while practicing this meditation, you need to you can see this kāyaviññatti with the chittaja rūpa or the mind born materiality, and that it's vayo element or the it's air element. With it air element, you can see this kāyaviññatti or the bodily expression. So because of this bodily expression, you can go forward. In the same way, you can go coming back like that. Any action. Then while putting the dress or the clothes, wearing the clothes, anything, going eating, drinking, like any kind of action you can do with this kāyaviññatti. I explained everything with the pictures and the notes in Mahasatipatthana Sutta. So now it says, because of that reason, abhikkamādi pavattaka chitta samuttana vayo dhātuya. What is the meaning? Now, bodily indication is the mode and the alteration and the ākāra alteration in the mind-born materiality. Chitta samuttana vayo dhātuya. In the mind-born materiality. In the mind-born materiality, which actually with mind-born materiality with air element predominant. Air element predominant. I told you this air element predominant means not the weight wise, it is with the quality wise. Quality wise increase. So therefore, the bodily indication or the bodily expression is the mode and alteration in the mind-born air element, mind-born wind element, which does the occurrence of moving forward and so on thing. Abhikkamādi pavattaka. Pavattaka means the occurrence. It does the occurrence of this moving forward and so on thing. So this and then sahaja rūpa kāya thambana sandharana chalanasa pachayo. These kind of thing is the condition pachayo. So this moving, this mode and the alteration are a condition for sahaja rūpakāya thambana. Sahaja rūpakāya means actually sahajata rūpakāya. Sahaja rūpa means sahajata. That means, while moving forward, the main activity is the mind-born materiality. But you have in the body, you have kamma-born materiality, and then nutriment-born materiality, and then you have fire or the temperature-born materiality. So those kind of materiality, now those are also rise with this mind-born materiality. Therefore, But while you are going forward, those materiality also you want to carry. So therefore, it says sahaja rūpakāya thambana. That means sahaja rūpakāya means whatever the materiality I mentioned, those arise with simultaneously with this mind-born materiality. So sahaja rūpakāya. So thambana means sahaja rūpakāya thambana. Thambana means stiffening of the material, the body. Stiffening of the body, and again sandharana means upholding of your body, upholding, and then chalanas, moving. So therefore, moving of the simultaneously risen materiality, material body actually. Rupa kaya thambana. Because this is a long sentence, I will explain again. It says abhikkamādi pavattaka citta samutthāna vayo dhātuya sajāta rūpakāya thambana sandharana chalanassa paccayo ākara vikaro kāyaviññatti. Now actually now the bodily expression is the mode and the alteration in the mind-born air element. Mind-born air element. You know mind-born air element. You have mind-born air element, which does the occurrence of moving forward and so on thing. This mode and alteration are a condition for the stiffening, upholding, and moving of the simultaneously arisen material body. So this is the characteristic. This is the characteristic. Character is that. Okay. Now adipaya pakasana rasa. Adipaya pakasana rasa means pakasa means showing. Showing what is the intention. Adipaya means what is the intention. That is the function. Showing what is the intention of you. That is the function. So then, therefore, it says its function is to display intention. Showing intention. Your intention. And kaya vipandana hetu bhava pachupattana. What is the manifestation? Pachupattana means manifestation. So, kaya vipandana hetu bhava. Vipandana means, kaya vipandana means that is the bodily motion. Right? Bodily motion is what is called vipandana. So, kaya vipandana means bodily motion. Vipandana means the motion. So, then kaya vipandana means bodily motion. So, to the bodily motion, hetu bhava. That is the condition. So, cause, or it is manifested as the cause of bodily motion. It is manifested as a cause of bodily motion. So therefore, it is in Pali it is called adip. Is the kaya vipandana hetu bhava pachupattana. And now, what is the chitta samutthana vayo dhatuya padattana? What is the proximate cause? Its proximate cause is chitta samutthana vayo dhatu. Early cause I explained. Whenever you want to go or whatever the action you need to do, then you there arise mindset in your heart. I want to do this kind of thing, like so that mind produce mind-born materiality. So therefore, that is the proximate cause. That is the proximate cause. So therefore, chitta samutthana vayo dhatu is the proximate cause. What is the explanation? Chitta samutthana vayo dhatu, or the air element, or born from chitta samutthana, born from the consciousness or mind-born materiality. Okay, so then again I will tell what is the lakkana rasa pachupattana padattana. This bodily indication is the mode and the alteration in the mind-born element, which does the occurrence of moving forward and so on thing. This mode and the alteration are a condition for stiffening, upholding, and moving of the simultaneously simultaneously arisen material body. So that is the characteristic. And then function is to display whatever the intention of you. and it is manifested as a cause of bodily motion. That is, this is the manifestation to your mind while practicing this meditation. And a chitta samuttana vayodhatu padatana. So the approximate cause is the mind-born air element. So in this way, you need to understand this is the kāyaviññatti. So we have another explanation also. Therefore, let's go. Sapanesa kaya vipandanena adipaya viññāpana hetutta sayancha tena kaya vipandana sankhatena kayena viññayattā kāyaviññatti vucchati. Now the name, why you can, why Buddha called this kāyaviññatti, the bodily expression. This is the explanation. So it is called bodily indication or bodily expression because it is the cause of notification, viññāpana, notification of the intention. Adipaya viññāpana hetu. It is the cause of notification of the intention by means of bodily motion, and because it itself to be perceived through the bodily, to the body, kaya vipandana sankhatena kayena, through the body. In other words, sankhata means, in other words, kayena kaya viññāpana sankhatena kayena viññayattā. In other words, bodily motion. Kaya vipandana sankhata. Sankhata means in other words. So kaya in other words, you can say bodily motion. So it is called bodily indication because it is cause of the notification of the intention by means of bodily motion, and because of its because it is itself perceivable through the bodily body, through the body. In other words, bodily motion. So this is the explanation here. So try to understand why it called kāyaviññatti. Tāyachapana chalitehi chittaja rūpehi abhisambandhanam utujadinampi chalanato abhikkamadeyo pavattīti veditappa. Now, you know, while going forward and coming back, like bodily action, it is with the chalitehi chittaja rūpehi, because you know, this chittaja rūpa, when mind-born materiality arise in your heart base with taking the object, then those things want to be moved towards actually vipara, or the spread out. So those things want to be spread out towards the whatever the place you need to do the action. So so therefore, but the while with this chittaja rūpa, or with this moving of mind-born materiality, abhisambandhanam utujadinampi chalanato abhikkamadeyo pavattīti veditappa. So, but while with this mind-born materiality, you know, other kinds of materiality, abhisambandhanam utujadinam, other kinds of materiality, I told you, kammaññatā, chittaja-rūpa, kammaññatā, āharaja-rūpa, and the utuja-rūpa, or we can say kamma-born materiality, nutriment-born materiality, and temperature-born materiality also want to be moved. Moved means actually spread up. And so because of that reason, abhikkamadeyo pavattīti veditappa, you should know going forwards and so on, those are occurring. Those are occurring because of that reason. Abhikamada pavatiti veditabba. Okay, now you need to understand this thing. If actually now, if we go to little bit to the tika, little bit to the tika, you can understand that something. 141. It's actually let's move to the second paragraph. Kassapana ākara vikaroti. Kassapana ākara vikaroti. Second paragraph. You can see the second paragraph. Kassapana ākara vikaro mean akara mean the usual mode and the vikara mean the alteration. So whose mode and the alteration is it? Whose mode and the alteration is it? Kassapana ākara vikaroti samatyato vayodhātu adhikānaṁ chittaja mahabhūta chittaja mahabhūtāna. Whose mode and the alteration? So this is the it is of the mind-born four-great element, mind-born four-great element, but chittaja mahabhutanam, that means mind-born four-great element, but samatyato vayodhātu adhikanam. But you know here that have the air element in excess of ability, element excess of ability, which is related to its quality actually. Here, samatyato mean which is related to its ability or the quality. So not by the weight wise. Pamanato, not pamanato. Pamanato mean weight wise. So you need to understand now. You any kinds of bodily action, if you want to do, you need to generate a mind in your heart. I want to do kind of this action like that. So therefore, this mind produce mind-born materiality. This materiality you have four element also. This materiality mean each rupakalapa, mind-born materiality mean eight group of rupakalapa. So within this 8 group of rupakalapa, you have Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Vanna, Gandha, Rasa, Oja, all the earth element, vada element, fire element, wind element, color, odor, flavor, nutritive essence. So this nutritive essence is the mind-born nutritive essence also, and then this bio element also mind-born bio element or the air element. But these all are here. All the materiality weight-wise are the same, but quality-wise or the ability-wise, those are different. Here in excess action of the vayodhātu. So therefore it is called samatyato vayodhātu adhikāna. Samatyata means quality-wise, ability-wise, air element in excess. Kintam samatyam. Now, what is that ability of the air element? What is that ability? That is the chitta-jata. Upadaya rūpassa. The chitta-jata and cha upadaya rūpata. And then it is the nature of mind-born and derived materiality. It is the nature of mind-born and derived materiality. Actually, mind-born as well as derived materiality. Mind-born materiality and derived materiality mean, mind-born materiality are the here mind-born materiality. That means Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo mean 4 great elements. They are mind-born materiality. You have 4 great elements as well as upadaya rūpa, other kinds of everything. That means Vanna, Gandha, Rasa, Oja are the upadaya. Upadaya means those are the derived materiality from the 4 great elements. So therefore, Kintang Samathyang means what is that ability? It is the nature of mind-born and derived materiality. Athava O Atha Vayo Dhatuya Akara Vikaro Sahaja Rūpakaya Thambana Sandharana Chalanasa Pachayoti Sambanditabbang. Actually, and then we need to explain. This is the Vayo Dhatuya Akara Vikaro. Vayo Dhatuya mean mind-born element. The mode and the alteration of mind-born element. So this mind-born element, sahaja kaya thambana, stiffening and the upholding and the moving of material body, it is the cause. It is the cause of the moving, stiffening, and the upholding of the material body. Yadi evaṁ viññattiya upadaya rūpa bhavo na yujjati nahi upadaya. Okay, if we go there, it is a very very long explanation there. So, but now we don't need to go all the information there. Some information you need to know. I'll tell you where is it. Okay, so now you can see the stanza there. Scroll down now. Now you can see the stanza, and after the stanza, you can see this sentence in that paragraph. After this stanza, you can see this paragraph. This I'll tell here. King sabbava vayodhatu sabbani tani karantiti. A question asked. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe, yeah, that is it. King sabbava vayodhatu sabbani tani karantiti. Now you know vayodhatu means sabbani vayodhatu mean in the mental process you have 7 javana or the 7 impulsion mind movement. So all mind movement does those things. Do all mind movement do those things? Ask. Do all mind movement or the all mind movements vayodhatu? Sorry. All mind movement now produce materiality. All impulsion mind movement now produce materiality. So all materiality produced by all mind movements does this do this action. So they are asking question in this way. What is the answer given here? Na idang evam. Na idam evam means na idang evam. It's not like that. Sattama javana sambhuta hi vayodhatu purima javana sambhuta vayodhatuya upattamba ka pache labhitva desanā-rūpatti hetu bhavena chalayati chittaja rūpaṁ na itara. So actually here explained in this way. So now you have 7 kind of javana. And in the 7 kind of javana, you have 7th javana, not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, or not the first javana, not the second javana, not the third javana, but this 7th javana. It is the so then it says sattama javana sambhuta hi vayodhatu. This vayodhatu mean vayodhatu can't arise alone, but Vayodhatu also arise with the 8 kind of materiality. You need to understand that. So this Vayodhatu, or the 8 kind of mind-born materiality, Sattavana Javana Sambhutaya. Those mind-born materiality arises from 7th Javana. 7th Javana, and Purima Javana Sambhuta Vayodhatu Upattambaga Pache Labhitva. Now it takes the consolidation kind of condition, right? Or the supportive condition, consolidative kind of condition, or the supportive condition from the early Javana, or the previous Javana. Previous 6 kind of Javana, you have one mental process. So previous 6 Javana do the supportive condition, and the 7th Javana, with this supportive condition, 7th Javana does this thing. So this is the explanation. You need to understand this thing. So therefore I explain those things, and no need to go every thing to do here. Okay. So then let's move to the other Attakatha. So now you know, you're gonna understand that while doing any kind of work, or any kind of duty, or any kind of action in your body, in the mental process, 7th Javana does this. But what do other 6 kind of Javana? It gives the supportive condition. So in this way, you need to understand. Okay, then let's go to the vacīviññatti, verbal expression. Verbal expression now, vacīviññatti. And so in the same way, vachi beheda pavattaka chitta samuttana patavi dhatuya. Now this is not the vayo dhatu, this is the patavi dhatu. So if you wanna talk, or if you wanna give a speech, or if you want to speak, then what is the element? Patavi element. But while you are doing something, this is the vayo element. So keep it in mind. So vachi beheda pavattaka chitta samuttana patavi dhatuya upadinna gattanassa pacceo ākāra vikaro vacīviññatti. So what is the explanation? So vacīviññatti is also ākāra vikara. No, vacīviññatti also then verbal expression also. Verbal expression has the mode and the alteration in the mind-born earth element now. Not the mind-born air element or the wind element, now mind-born earth element, which does the occurrence of the speech of various utterance. Vachi beheda means various kind of utterance, speech of various kind of utterance. Vachi beheda pavattaka chitta samuttana patavi dhatuya. So again, I will tell verbal indication has the mode and the alteration in the mind-born earth element, which does the occurrence of this kind of speech of various kind of utterance. But this is the upadinna gattanassa pacceo. Upadinna mean, what is it here? Upadinna mean here actually you need to understand that if you want to talk to somebody, or you just want to speak, then those all materiality with the mind-born materiality, you need to have kamma-born materiality. Kamma-born materiality, because without kamma-born materiality, especially for example, let's say the woman speech is different, the male speech is different, like that. So then that kamma because of the kamma spring, those things happen. So then upadinna gattanassa mean now your chittaja rūpa, or the chittaja mind-born materiality. Now if you actually, you need to know this meditation. You need to practice this meditation. I explain a little bit, but in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, I explain fully. Here, if you want to practice this thing, how you want to practice as a samatayanic vipasaka, I explained. As the samatayanic vipasaka or the jhana based meditator, so he need to enter into the usually fourth jhana of any kind. It may be anappana, maybe kasina, or maybe upacayo in fourth jhana. So you need to enter into the fourth jhana of any kind, and then keep your concentration till it's the light become bright and brilliant, and then maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, or whatever the time duration till your concentration grows. And then you focus. You need to do in this way. Like you need to make sound like ka like sound, or like sound. You need to create. So while creating those kinds, this is while practicing, right? So you need to do kind of you need to make a kind of syllabus, or kind of what called the kind of thing you need to make yourself, and then you can see. Now you can see, because you every time you can speak, then what happened to your heart base? There arises mental processes. I want to talk in this way. I want to speak in this way. Like what is the utterance? You need to understand first. Understand means you need to give command. So therefore, so there arises mind in the heart base to the speak, and because of that thing, your mind produces now. That mind being this every time you need to understand this thing also. This is the impulsion mind movement, or the javana mind movement in your mind or mental process. This javana mind movement produces mind born materiality, but excess in which element? Pathavi element, or the earth element in excess. So now earth element in excess, now those things now spread up towards the vocal cords. So you can see very clearly this thing while practicing, because now you enter into the fourth jhana, and then you focus your vocal cords and your heart, right? Firstly on your heart focus, then whatever the things in your heart base you can see in front of light, and then you focus your and then you can see those mind-born materiality with the earth element, predominant mind-born materiality now moves or spread towards the vocal cords. And there you have another kind. There you have in the vocal cords, not only in the vocal cords, all over the body. I told you your male sex materiality, or if you are a female sex materiality with the 10th or the decade kalapa everywhere in the vocal cords also. So now this sex decade kalapa, you have Pathavi element. Now this mind-born materiality also, you have Pathavi element, predominant Pathavi element. Now the mind-born materiality spread there, and but this sex decade kalapa also you have Pathavi element, and then this Pathavi element and that Pathavi element, mind-born Pathavi element, now you can see rubbing, and the that sound comes out then. So you can see very, very clearly this thing, notice very clearly. So this is the Buddha's teaching. You need to practice this thing. So then the sound create in the vocal cords, and you can according to the various kind of utterance you can speak. Okay, so then this is the way. So then here upadin Gattanasa pacho mean upadina mean kamma-born materiality. So kamma-born materiality mean here male sex materiality according to the male and the female sex materiality according to the female. So then, but there you have kaya dasaka kalapa also, body decade kalapa. Or now body decade kalapa also, patavi element, body decade kalapa, patavi element, and the mind born patavi element now rabbi. And then the sound comes up. So like that. You need to understand. So therefore, what is the cause? Pachayo, cause is the upadina gattana. Gattana means rubbing or knocking each other. So then I can say, therefore, this mode and the alteration are the condition for knocking together of kamma-born materiality. Kamma-born materiality, but you need to understand what kamma-born materiality, sex decade kalapa and the body decade kalapa. So those are very important point in this section. Okay, that is the lakhana or the characteristic. And in adipaya pakasana rasa, here also the function is adipaya pakasana. Pakasana means displaying of intention. So its function is to display the intention of you. And vachi gohosa hetu bhava pachupattana. Pachupattana means that is the manifestation. So it is manifested as hetu bhava, condition for vachi gohosa. Vachi gohosa means, wise in speech. So therefore it is manifested as the cause of the wise in speech. Wise in speech. So that is the in that way it is manifested to you. That is that you need to understand. And chitta samuttana patavidhatu padattana. Now what is the proximate cause? Very near cause. What is the very near cause for your speech or your voice in speech? So there is the chitta samuttana patavidhatu. So there is the earth element. In excess earth element produced by mind or the consciousness. So that is the padatthana. Okay, now I will explain again. Verbal indication is the mode and the alteration in the mind-born earth element, which does the occurrence of speech of various utterance. This mode and alteration are the condition for knocking together of kamma-born materiality, especially this sex decade kalapa and the body decade kalapa with this chittaja or the mind-born element, earth element. Its function is to display the intention of you, and it's manifested as the cause of the voice in speech, and proximate cause is the mind-born earth element. So very easy to keep in mind. Here, vacīviññatti caused by the earth element, mind-born earth element, and kāyaviññatti caused by the mind-born air element. So in this way, you need to understand what's the difference also. Sapanesa, that means now explaining the vacīviññatti. Sapanesa means this vacīviññatti. Vachi gohosena adipaya viññāpana hetutta sayancha taya vachi gosa sankhataya vachaya viññayatta vacīviññatti iti vucchati. Now, why Buddha called vacīviññatti? It is called verbal expression or verbal indication because, it is the cause of indicating intention by means of voice in speech. Vachi gohosena. Vachi gohosena means vachi gohos means voice by means of voice of the voice in speech. And because it is itself indicatable through speech, in other words, through the voice in speech. So because of that reason, it is what is called vacīviññatti. Tat yatahi aranye ussapetva khanda kosisadi udaka nimittan disva udakang etta atiti viññāyati. Evaṁ kāya vipandanancheva vaci guhosancha gahetva vaci kāya vaci viññattiyopi viññāyanti. Okay, what is the explanation there? Yatahi, that means indeed, yatha, just as aranye ussapetva kanda gosisadi udaka nimittan disva. Now, just as on seeing a sign for water consisting of kanda gosisadi udaka nimittam. Khanda mean, that is the branch of branches of the tree. What is gosisa? Gosisa means the sandal tree. So if you can see the sandal tree coming out from the forest or the woods, then you can understand that, there you might have water. So kind of thing. So like that, Khanda Gosisadi Udaka Nimittang Disva. So then, having seen kind of a sign, Udakang etta atiti viññāyati. One knows that there might be water. And evaṁ kāyaviññatti, evaṁ kāya vipandanancheva vaci guhosancha gahetva kāya vaci viññattiyopi viññāyanti. It is indicated that there is water there. Like in the same way, on noticing either the bodily shaking, kāyaviññapana mean kāya vipandana, bodily shaking or bodily moving, and the voice in speech, vaci ghosa, voice in speech, kāyaviññattiyopi viññāyanti, they indicate. In this way, as following they indicate, or thus they indicate. They indicate those things, kāyaviññatti as well as the vacīviññatti, or the bodily indication and the verbal indication, or the bodily expression and the verbal expression. Okay, now vacīviññatti also finish. Now let's move to ākāsadhātu. ākāsadhātu. If we can finish these 10 kinds of materiality today, then we can move to next session in next week. Okay, what is the ākāsadhātu? Rūpa paricheda lakkhana ākāsadhātu. ākāsadhātu means space element. Rūpa paricheda lakkhana. Lakkhana means the characteristic. It has the characteristic of rūpa paricheda. Rūpa means here rūpa kalapa, or rūpa kalapa, or the final materiality, final or ultimate materiality. So what is the ultimate materiality here? Any kind of 28 kind of materiality. So in between those materiality, you have rūpa paricheda. Paricheda means delimitation. So therefore, this earth element, a space element, has the characteristic of delimiting materiality. That rūpa paricheda lakkhana ākāsadhātu. So ākāsadhātu has the characteristic of delimiting materiality. Rūpa pariyanta pakasana rasa. Pariyanta pakasana rasa. Rasa means, the function. Its function is to display rūpa pariyanta. Pariyanta means the boundary. So the boundary of the materiality. Rūpa pariyanta. So it displays the boundary of materiality. And Rupa Maryada Pachupattana. What is the manifestation? While practicing this ākāsadhātu, what is the manifestation? Rupa Maryada. Here, Rupa Paryanta, that means the boundaries. The Maryada mean also confining confining what is called maryada. Confining. So therefore, it is manifest as confines the materiality. Confines the materiality. So here, but somebody might say that, oh, what is maryada also confines, then rupa pariyanta is the boundary. So both those are same thing, same understanding. Yeah, those are same understanding. That means whatever the function, that is their function, its function, and then how it manifests. It is manifested by you, or to your mind. It is manifested to your mind in this way. It confines the materiality. So then that is the explanation. Okay. So then what is the Pachupattana? Another Pachupattana also has been given here. Not one Pachupattana. Rupa Maryada, or the confining materiality, also one kind of manifestation. Another kind of manifestation also has been given here. Asamputta Bhava Bhava Chitta Vivara Bhava Pachupattana Va mean O. Asamputta Bhava. Asamputta Bhava mean non-untouchable, untouchedness. So therefore, it is manifested as untouchedness and as a state of gaps. Chitta mean gaps. Bhava, chitta, gaps. And vivara bhava. Vivara mean apertures. So then, because of this element, space element, it has untouchedness quality, and it has the gap quality and aperture quality, like that. So then, because of that reason, there you can see your ear canal, and then another kind of elementary track, you have a space. So kind of thing also explained. But while practicing, if you focus your let's say like nostril, you have gaps and the apertures. So there also you can find out a space element. But this space element in the ear canal and the nostril, and even in the other kind of apertures, also kind of manifestation. So therefore, it has also been given. Then you can go to the Padatthana. Parichinna-rūpa Padatthana. What is the proximate cause? Parichinna-rūpa. Parichinna-rūpa mean, that is the here. Rupa Paricheda Lakhana. What is the Paricheda and Parichinna? What is the difference? No difference. The Paricheda means a delimitation. Parichinna also delimitation. So delimitated materiality are the other approximate cause here. Parichinna-rūpa Padatthana. Okay, delimitated materiality. So therefore, the approximate cause is the materiality delimitated. Materiality delimited materiality. Now it says, Yaya parichinnesu rūpesu idamito idang ito uddamado uddangado idamito mean idang ito uddamado mean uddangado tiriyanchita hoti. Yaya parichinnesu rūpesu. It is on account of that, parichinnesu rūpesu, when the materiality delimitated, idang ito uddang ado tiriyanti cha hoti. Then you can see the materiality, this materiality is above from it, and this materiality is below from it, this materiality is around from it, like that you need to see. you can see, or the kind of thing, on account of that kind of thing we can apply based on space element. Without space element, you cannot say that this is above, this is around, this is below, like that. That's the explanation. Okay, then you know, now here we finish kāyaviññatti, bodily expression, and then vacīviññatti, verbal expression, and then ākāsadhātu. 3 out of 10 materiality, unconcrete materiality. ākāsadhātu also finish. ākāsadhātu is very easy to practice, because in between rūpakalapa you can see ākāsadhātu. Now rūpassa lahutā. Rūpassa lahutā means the lightness of materiality. Actually, lightness of real materiality. Here explanation will be lightness of real material phenomena. Actual explanation. Real material phenomena. So adandhata lakhana. Adandhata. Dandha means very slow. Very slow, very sluggish. That is a dandha. So you may hear that danda binya. Dandaha binya means one, if the meditator who is very slow to attain magga and phala, what is called danda binya, very slow. Kippa binya means very quick. So here danda means very slow, and adanda means quick, therefore quick. So the what is the explanation? Adandhata lakhana rūpassa lahutā. What is the so then lightness of the materiality, lightness of real materiality, it has the characteristic of adandhata. So adanda means slow or sluggish. So here non-sluggishness. So it has the characteristic of non-sluggishness or non-slowness of the real materiality. And garubhava vinodana rasa. Rasa means, you know, this is the not the taste here, it is the function. Vinodana means dispel. Garubhava means the heaviness. So heaviness, it dispels the heaviness. So that is the function. Heaviness of the materiality. Lahu parivattita pachupaṭṭhana. Parivattita means, you know, transformability. Parivattita means transformability or transferability. Lahu parivattita. Lahu means light. So then it is manifested as light transformability. Light transformability or light transferability. That is the pachupaṭṭhana or the manifestation. Then lahu rūpa padaṭṭhana. What is the proximate cause then? Light kind of materiality. Lahu rūpa. Light materiality. That means 3 kinds of here. What is the real rūpa here? Actually, this rūpassa lahutā means this rūpassa lahutā produced by mind-born materiality, then again nutriment-born materiality and temperature-born materiality. Those kind of 3 materiality produce this lahutā or the lightness of the materiality. So therefore, light materiality of all those 3 kinds of lightness of all these 3 kinds of materiality, what is that is the proximate cause for this lahutā. Lahutā means that is the lightness of materiality. Okay, then mudutā. What is the mudutā? Rūpassa mudutā. Then mudu means, you know, malleability, or that is the flexibility. Flexibility of materiality or the malleability of the materiality, what is called rūpassa mudutā. So therefore, athadhata lakkana. Its characteristic lakkana is the athaddhata. What is taddha? Taddha means stiffen. So athaddha means the non-stiffness. So non-stiffness. So therefore, it has the characteristic of non-stiffness. Or we can say non-rigidity. Non-rigidity. Rigid also, taddha means rigid. Athaddhata means non-rigidity. Taddhata means rigidity. Athaddhata means the non-rigidity. So non-rigidity is the lakhana or the characteristic. Rupanang taddha bhava vinodana rasa. What is the function? Function is to dispel, vinodana means dispel, taddha bhava, dispel the rigidity, or dispel the rigid kind of nature of the materiality of three kinds. Three kinds mean mind-bound materiality, temperature-bound materiality, and the nutriment-bound materiality. And that is the so that is the function. Now, what is the Pachupattana or the manifestation? Sabba Kiriyasu Avirodhita Pachupattana. It is manifested as Sabba Kiriyasu Avirodhata. Avirodhata means Virodha means the opposition, what is called Virodha. Then that means non-opposition. So it is manifestation. Its manifestation is as non-opposition to any kind of action. So that is the avirodhita. Any kind of action, it does the non-opposition. That is in that way you can. It is manifested to your mind while practicing. And then mudurūpa padatthana. So you can see in the case of rūpassa lahutā, lahurūpa padatthana. The light kind of materiality is the proximate cause. Here mudurūpa padatthana. Mudurūpa means the proximate cause is mudu, a malleable kind of materiality, very malleable or flexible kind of materiality. Sarira kiryanukula kammañña bhava lakkana rūpassa kammaññatā. Then you reach up to the kammaññatā or the wieldiness of the materiality. So what is the wieldiness of materiality characteristic? Sarira kiryanukula kammañña bhava lakkana. It has the characteristic of kammañña bhava, malleability. Wieldiness. Sarira kiryanukula. It is actually anukula mean actually it is favorable. It is favorable to the sarira kirya, bodily action. So therefore, it has the characteristic of wieldiness, kammañña bhava, that is favorable to your bodily action. So therefore, that is the kammaññatā lakkana. It is very favorable to your bodily action. So then wieldiness. And what is the function? What is the function here? Kammaññatā vinodana rasa. Function is vinodana mean dispel. Kammaññatā. Kammaññatā mean non-wieldiness. Unwieldiness. So therefore, its function is to dispel unwieldiness kind of nature. So kammaññatā vinodana rasa. And then adubbala bhava pachupattana. What is the pachupattana mean proximate cause? Adubbala bhava. Dubbala bhava mean nature of the weakness. Weakness is the dubbala bhava. Adubbala bhava means then strongness or non-weakness. So that is the therefore we can say its proximate cause is Paccapatthana. Paccapatthana means the manifestation. So manifestation is its manifestation is the adubbala bhava. Adubbala bhava means it is non-weakness of those kind of real three kinds of materiality. Non-weakness, adubbala bhava. And then kammañña-rūpa padatthana. Kammañña-rūpa padatthana means, you know, what is the proximate cause? Kammañña-rūpa. Kammañña-rūpa means wieldy materiality. Wieldy kind of materiality is the proximate cause. So in this way, those are the lakkana, rasa, paccapatthana, padatthana, these kind of three unconcrete materiality, and then again explain this unconcrete materiality to you to understand very clearly. Etapana tisso na anyamaññang vijahanti. These kind of three materiality anyway are not found apart from each other. All are having some kind of intimate relationship. Evan santepi yo arogino via rūpānaṁ lahubhavo adandhata lahu parivatti pakaro rūpa dandandakara dhātu khoba patipakka pacce samuṭṭhāno so rūpa vikaro rūpassa lahutā. Again, another kind of explanation has been given here. Evan santepi yo arogino via rūpānaṁ lahu bhavo adandhata lahu parivattikaro. So therefore it says in this way, huge sentence. Evan santepi so, but that means you need to understand its difference. Its difference in this way. As follows, you need to understand its difference in this way. So actually, we need to go to the at the end of sentences. You can see eva metāsaṁ viseso veditabbo. Go to the final at the full stop of this. So you can see evam etāsaṁ viseso veditabbo. You should understand that evam etāsaṁ viseso, the distinction you should understand in this way. Okay, so how you need to understand? It says in here, evam santepi yo arogino via rūpānaṁ lahubhavo. Now go again above, up to the in the beginning of sentence. Now you can say evam santepi yo arogino via. Arogi means the healthy person. So as one who is healthy, lightness of materiality, rūpānaṁ lahubhavo, lightness of materiality, rūpānaṁ lahubhavo, so rūpa vikaro. Again, we want to go here and there to take the meaning, right? So rūpa vikaro means the alteration of materiality. What kind of rūpa vikara? Here you can see adandhata lahu parivattikaro, and then rūpa dandattakara dhātu khoba patipakka pacce samuṭṭhāno. So like that. So you so therefore here, as one who is healthy, lightness of materiality is the alteration of materiality, such as light state, then lahubhavo, right? Light state, adandata, and then light state mean like kind of agile nature. Lahu parivatti pakaro. Lahu parivatti pakaro mean actually lahu parivatti mean parivatti mean transformable. So transformability to the lightness. Right? So then non-slowness, adandata mean non-slowness, any manner of light transformability in them. So that is Rupa Dandattakara. Rupa Dandakara mean creating the materiality. Danda means slow. Creating the now you know, any kind of thing, it does the it creates some slowness of materiality. So that for that thing, that to koba patipakka, for that kind of thing, this act as the opposite factor, like. So therefore which is now you know, this materiality, special kind of materiality, non-slowness kind of materiality, and having any manner of light transformability in them, which is risen by conditions. So risen by condition mean the pacca samuttahano, which risen by condition, which is risen by conditions, and that dhatu koba patipakka. Patipakka mean it prevents any disturbance of element. Dhatu koba, it prevents any disturbance of element, for element actually. Rupa dandattakara. Rupa dandattakara. So that prevents any disturbance of elements capable of creating slowness or sluggishness of the materiality. Again, I will tell, right? So that means you need to understand in this way, this you wanna make note that differences of these three kinds of materiality in this way. So as one who is healthy, lightness of materiality is the alteration of materiality, such as light state and non-slowness, and any manner of light transformability in them, which is arisen by the condition that prevent any disturbance of elements capable of creating sluggishness of materiality. So in this way, you need to understand what is rūpassa lahutā. Rūpassa lahutā means lightness of the materiality. And then again explaining rūpassa mudutā in the same way. Here, yopana supari maddita chammaseva rūpanang mudubhavo sabba kiriya visesesu vasavattana bhava maddava pakaro rūpa taddhattakara dhatu khoba patipakka pacce samuttano. So rūpa vikaro rūpassa mudutā. And this is also rūpa vikara. Rūpa vikara means the alteration. Okay, then malleability of the materiality is the alteration of materiality, such as any mudubhava, any kind of malleable state. And it is actually supari maddita chamma seva. Supari maddita chamma. Chamma mean, you know, the hide for the leather or kind of thing. Supari maddita mean well refined hide for the leather like that, rūpānaṁ mudubhavo, this malleability of the materiality must be kind of thing. Sabba kiriya visesu vasavattana bhava madhava pakaro. Again, I will tell. So this malleability of materiality is the alteration of materiality, such as any kind of malleable state, like in a well-pounded hide for the leather or kind of thing. When there needs distinction of all kinds of work, sabba kiriya visesesu, when there needs a distinction of all kinds of work, and in vasavattana bhava madhava pakaro, having a manner of softness with authority that is originated by conditions that prevents any disturbance of great element capable of creating stiffness of the materiality. So if something causes to stiffen the materiality, this acts as the opposite factor. That you need to understand. So the what called the mudutā, what does the mudutā? This is the function. This is the explanation, so that you try to understand. Here actually you need to understand. In the case of rūpassa lahutā, lahu mean very quick lahu. Then danda mean, what is danda? Very slow. So this quick materiality, what does do this quick materiality? It prevents the slowness of materiality. In this way you need to understand. So that slowness, if the slowness derived from this materiality, which causes to derive this materiality for great element. So because of that reason, no any kind of disturbance. It prevents any kind of disturbance of for great element to do kind of slowness. So in this way, understand. So in the same way, mudutā, that is the malleability. So malleability does the opposite function. That means anyway, this for a great element, if they do the stiffness, it prevents by this mudutā or this malleability. So in this way, try to understand. And then rūpassa kammaññatā. Kammaññatā means wieldiness. So wieldiness of the materiality. Yopana sudanta suannaseva rūpānaṁ kammañña bhavo sarira kiryānu kula bhava pavatākāro sarira kiryaṇaṁ ananukula kara dhātu khoba patipakka pacce samutthāno yo rūpa vikāro rūpassa kammaññatāti evametāsaṁ viseso veditabbo. And now what is the rūpassa kammaññatā? Wieldiness, you need to understand what is the distinction or the difference between how you can understand rūpassa kammaññatā from rūpassa mudutā and lahutā. Like that. So how? This is explained in this. Yopana sudanta suannaseva rūpānaṁ kammañña bhavo. Wieldiness of materiality is the alteration of materiality. Rūpānaṁ kammañña bhava, such as any wieldy state in the materiality. In the materiality, this materiality, sarira kiryanukula bhava pavatākāro. This materiality actually consisting, anukula means favorable. So it is in favorableness to the acts of the body, sarira kirya, in favorable to the favorableness in the act of the body, sarira kiryanang ananukula kara dhātu khoba patipakka pacce samutthāno. Those are actually a cause, a reason actually, which is generated by the condition, that prevents, what prevents? Sarira Kiryanam Ananukula means non-favorable. Non-favorable kind of thing, it prevents. So then it prevents any disturbance of great materiality, I mean, within the same Rupa Kalapa, capable of creating unfavorableness to the act of the body. So that means in the same way you need to understand this thing. That means rūpassa kammaññatā means wieldiness. So this wieldiness prevents any kind of unfavorableness to your bodily action. It prevents. Now, who does this unfavorableness? This is the four-great element. If the four-great element disturbance has been happen, only this thing can happen. So therefore, any kind of disturbance to the four-great element, it prevents towards the unfavorable side. Okay, now we finish rūpassa kammaññatā. Now, upacaya, santati, jarata, aniccata, like thing, and then ahara, kabalikara, ahara. Okay, let's go to number 444. Number 444. Now, upacayo, rūpassa upacayo, that means the generation of materiality. Or real growth of, early growth of in real materiality. In this way, you need to understand the meaning. Initial growth of real materiality or generation, materiality of generation. So, ācaya lakkano rūpassa upacayo. Upacayo means, what is upacayo? Upacayo means generation. Or we can say initial growth. The very early growth is the upacayo. So, initial growth of materiality is the having ācaya lakkano. Ācaya means setting up or accumulation. So accumulation or setting up is the ācaya. So initial setting up mean where? In the patisandhi, in the conception. In the conception, when as a human, while practicing this paticca samuppada or the dependent origination, you want to go to your patisandhi or the conception. You must go, otherwise you can realize the nibbana. Cannot. So when you go step by step towards the patisandhi, you can see Anipphanna-rūpa or the patisandhi materiality or the birth linking materiality. You can see what are they? Your heart-based materiality, body decade kalapa, and then you have sex decade kalapa. Three kinds of materiality simultaneously arises with the mind and the mental factor of the patisandhi. So you can see those kind of three kinds of materiality. So that materiality is the upacayo. That means that is the initial or the very early accumulation of the materiality or the very early setting up of materiality. But very early setting up of materiality up to formation of the six faculties: eye faculty, ear faculty, so on. Okay, now what is the upacayo? Then what that is the upacayo. So now what is the ācaya mean? Ācaya mean that is the setting up of very early materiality. That is the upacayo. Upacayo mean the so early setting up, but it's called upacayo. That's the understanding. Function. What is the function? Pubbandhato rūpānaṁ ummujjāpana raso. Rasa mean the function. Ummujjāpana mean that is the make emerge. So umujjapa, emergence. So umujjapana means the noun. So make emergence of pubbantato rūpānaṁ. What is pubbantato mean? Pubba anta mean actually in the at first instance. That mean in the Patisandhi, pubbantato, pubba anta mean the one entity. So one entity mean here, pubba anta mean in the very, very first entity of very first instance. So at first instance, its function is to make emergence the materiality in very first instance. So that is the that is the function. Niyatana Pachupattano, how your mind manifest it. It is manifested as starting, like the starting, launching of new real materiality. New real materiality. So kind of thing you can understand. Then another kind of Pachupattana also, Paripunna Bhava Pachupattano va. Now if the setting up is done, setting up mean the upacayo has been done, then you can see like all six sense doors now formed, all faculties formed up to that upacayo. So therefore you can see like it is very, very fulfilled. So therefore what is the another kind of Pachupattana? You can see like fulfilling. Upachita rūpa padattano. What is the proximate cause? Proximate cause is the grown materiality. Upachita means grown, very grown materiality. Grown materiality, not the tender kind of materiality, very grown materiality. And then santati. Santati means the continuity of the materiality. Continuity of the materiality. Actually, continuity of the real materiality. Real materiality here. Or we can say material phenomena, material instances, like continuity of the real material phenomena. So what is that? Pavatti lakkana rūpassa santati. Pavatti lakkana mean, what is the pavatti lakkana mean? Pavatti mean, that is the occurrence. So it has the characteristic of occurrence. Yeah, it has the characteristic of occurrence. That is the rūpassa santati, that is the continuity. Anuppabandhana rasa. Here, pabandha mean, what is the pabandha meaning? Meaning of pabandha is the continuity. So, anupabandha mean anupabandhana. Anupabandhana mean, anu mean again and again, repeatedly. Repeatedly, the function, its function is to maintain the continuity repeatedly. The anupabandhana. That is the explanation given here. So it's therefore its function is to continue the real materiality, or to unmoor real materiality, or anchoring of real materiality. Anupabandhan. Here pabandhana mean continuity. Anupabandhana mean again and again, continuity maintain again and again. That is the explanation. Then anupachcheda pachupattana. Here, anupachcheda pachupattana. That is the explanation here. The pachcheda mean, what is the pachcheda mean? Interruption. So, pachcheda pachupattana. Upachcheda, anupachcheda. Okay, here in this way, upachcheda pachupattana become anupachcheda pachupattana. pachcheda mean, interruption, then anupachcheda mean non-interruption. So therefore, how you can, your mind, it is manifested to the mind, it is the non-interrupted. And as non-interrupted thing, it manifests in this way. Okay, then Anipphanna-rūpa padatthana. Anipphabandaka rūpa padatthana. What is the proximate cause? Proximate cause is way anchoring materiality or unmooring of materiality. Unmooring of materiality. That is the Anipphabandakara rūpa padatthana. Anipphabandaka rūpa padatthana. Ubhyampetam jati rūpassevādi vacana. These two kinds of words, that mean ubhyampi mean upacaya santati. Upacaya mean, now setting up of early materiality in the person. Up to form total kind of six sense doors, then that is the upacaya. And then up to now or up to the death, that is the continuity or the santati. So in this way, you need to understand. So now he explained both of these are terms of jati rūpassa, materiality of arising, or materiality at its birth. Jati rūpasseva adhivachana. It is term, similar term for materiality, arising of materiality. Arising of materiality. Ākāra nānattatopanna veñīya vasena ca upacayo santatiti desanā kata. Now, actually, here we want to go to Dhammasangani, and then Dhammasangani book and its Attakatha sometimes want to go. So therefore, we stop here. We stop here mean rūpassa upacayo, rūpassa santati only we can do here. So ubhyampetam jati rūpasseva divachanam mean we will do another day, because it takes time to understand as well as to go to some kind of Dhammasangani book, and then like that it takes time. Okay, Dr. Sheetal, so keep our lecture should be continued from number 444.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Bhante? Yes, it's
Okay,
like a very detailed explanation here, Bhante.
yes.
So, thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, Sukhihotu. You can ask any kind of question, little kind of question.
Yes, Bhante. Please raise your hand or post your questions. Bhante, Pankaj has a question.
Okay, go ahead. Sukhihotu.
Bhante, I am trying to understand these 10 rūpa.
What rūpa?
The 10 rūpa, Bhante, that are not the real materiality.
Right. Real materiality, yes. That's called unconcrete rūpa.
Yeah, non-concrete, right, Bhante? The conceptual.
Yeah.
So out of these, Bhante, these mudutā and lahutā, kammaññatā, these rūpa, Bhante, they map to the cetasika. Some way or the other, they are explained as a conceptual rūpa, because a cetasika has a function that requires a rūpa that will manifest that. Is that a good way of understanding, Bhante?
No. In this way, you need to understand. So these kind of materiality, especially this rūpassa mudutā, rūpassa kammaññatā, rūpassa lahutā kind of thing. Actually, those rūpa, as not only those rūpa, your kāyaviññatti, vacīviññatti, that means bodily expression and verbal expression, those are related to the mind. Because because of the mind, this rūpa arises. Chitta chetasika, both chitta chetasika, not only chetasika, those rūpa, those materiality arises with your mind. For example, whenever you want to speak, so your mind tells you that, or you tell to your mind that I want to speak in this way. So then, according to that, that is what is called adhipaya-pakasana. Then that is the display of intention. That according to the display of intention, then the mind arises in your heart base. So that mind produce this kind of rupa kalapa. When you want to walk or kind of doing kind of any action, then your vayu element or the wind element predominant rupa kalapa produce. When you want to talk, then Pathavi element predominant rupa kalapa produce. And when you want to again, when you want to not only talk, not only go here and there and do any kinds of action, to do that action very correctly and profoundly, your rūpassa lahutā, rūpassa mudutā, and rūpassa kammaññatā also need. So this also born by this materiality, your mind-born materiality. That means if you want to talk very quickly, then your mindset also want to be generated in your heart base, and then it produce many chittaja rūpa or the mind-born materiality. And this mind-born materiality, if those mind-born materiality are very slow, what happened? Then your adhipaya or the intention does not occur. So intention failed. So because of that reason, this rūpa or the chittaja rūpa produce rūpassa lahutā. That means very quick materiality to spread towards the vocal cords, like that. So then rūpassa mudutā means malleable materiality. So then if the materiality are stiff, then also a function doesn't happen in accordance with the intention. And again, those materiality are wieldy because it does the function very accurately. So because of then you may think that, oh, this materiality are the chetasika kind of thing. No, this is the materiality only. That means those all are materiality side, but produced by the mind and the mental factor. In this way, understanding is good.
Okay, Bhante. Yeah. Thank you, Bhante.
Okay.
Sadhu.
Okay, Sakhi Hatu.
I do not see any raised hands, Bhante.
Okay, then let's stop here, and then we will start from another day from that number 444, another explanation. Okay, now we accumulated kusala today also by reading this Visuddhimagga, what called the Atthakatha or the commentary, written by Venerable Buddhaghosa Mahathera. Actually, we want to pay respect to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and to this Mahathera, as well as actually I can explain those things according to my pariyatti knowledge or the Tipitaka knowledge, as well as my practical knowledge, according to the practical knowledge and the theoretical knowledge. So theoretical knowledge given by our Mahathera in Sri Lanka, our monastery Mahathera, Venerable Sudhirananda Mahathera, and now and my meditation teacher Pa ākāsadhātu also. We need to pay respect for them. And thank you for having me. Thank you for the listeners, because they also got very detailed lesson according to the Buddha's teaching. So now we accumulated kusala, or the wholesome deed, we share with each other to the all beings in this way. Idammi punyang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Idammi punyang nibbanassa paccayo hotu. Mama punyang bahagang sabbe sattanam bahajemi. Te sabbe mi samang punyang bahagang dabhantu. Buddha sasanang chiram tithatu. Buddha sasanang chiram tithatu. Buddha sasanang chiram tithatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.